don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dogs and cats. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a Sunday night, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. And it is just, we are a little bit later than normal, and I apologize for that. We have a change of game, delay of game, maybe, rather. We were scheduled to have Mark Nicholson on the program this evening. We were scheduled to have Mark Nicholson, and unfortunately, when we scheduled Mark, we were not aware of the challenge to Katherine and Nicole tomorrow. So we scheduled Mark for tonight ahead of that knowledge. And then when we got the challenge in and we knew that the hearing would be tomorrow, we didn't plan better. And it was only earlier today, rather. Not later today. Later today will be tomorrow. Earlier today, where we found out, oops, I didn't reschedule with Mark, and we had a whole bunch of craziness going on, so I had to take care of that. So we will hopefully, once and for all, be able to officially have Mark Nicholson, attorney and all-around interesting cat, on the program a week from tonight. We will hopefully have him on. Now, Mark might be known to some of you from being around the Henry County area. His sister Mary lives in Henry County, and Mark is an attorney representing a couple of different people and a couple different suits against John Sproles, the sheriff of Henry County, and the Henry County Sheriff's Department, Henry County as a whole. And so that's going on. So we're going to talk to Mark about two things, really. I'm interested about Mark's background. I think Mark has a very interesting background, and we're going to talk to him about that. And then we're going to talk to him about his situation with the lawsuits. So we're going to be talking to him about that. So that is next Sunday. Tonight, however, The other day, we talked about what I thought was a very serious topic because it talked about what I consider to be the attempt to tear America down brick by brick, starting with the election process and starting with tearing down our God-given right to be a part of the process and to run, a constitutional right that Americans have to run for office if you meet the bare minimum requirements for that office, and to run and to use your First Amendment right to be vocal about who you support, who you do not support, as a citizen, as a candidate, and to a violation of your First Amendment rights to your freedom of association, to say that you belong to the conservative movement, you belong to the Republican, the right side of things, or you belong to the progressive or the liberal or the Democrat side of things, whichever side you so choose to be a part of, you should be able to say that. And there are a small grouping of individuals, not even just here in central or east central Indiana, looking to tear that apart. They're looking to tear that apart all over. But we have a big case here going on in east central Indiana that's a really big deal. So we will be looking at that. And that's what we're going to be talking about because it all kicks off tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. So we're going to be talking about that. But I want to take care of a couple of housekeeping issues up here right up front. Tomorrow in the daytime, we are going to get the Randolph County list of filings. I've had some people wanting to go over the Randolph County. There are not many candidates over there, but we will get that list and we will go over that. So that will probably be, it won't be tomorrow because tomorrow we're probably going to talk about the outcome of the hearing. But we will probably do that on Tuesday. So if you're interested in, Randy, say the word, bro. Say the word and I'll push it all off. You can come on right now. Say the word. I want to stop and I'm going to address Randy right here in this quick, because here's what I'm going to do. Shortly after this, kind of like a pecker gnat, I'm going to quit paying any attention and avoiding him. But I am going to say this, probably this one last time. Randy, you're free to come on right now, bro. I will give you the link and you're free. We will call this the Randy Howard Show, bro. You're free to come on right now. Come on and make us all look like fools. And I want you in your little ignorant pea brain to take a second and think, you're literally, for the love of God, there are people that are watching this that hate me, and you're coming on here and you're lumping them in and calling them idiots and fools. Do you not realize that you're talking to people that you are going to be asking to vote for you? How much more of a brainless, mindless idiot can you possibly be? It's okay for me to call you that, but it's not okay for you as the candidate to call your constituents that. I'm not going to be voting on you. I don't care. You win, you lose, you try take the county and run it right off the cliff. You wreck it into the mountain. You make it prosperous. It doesn't affect me one way. You're not going to have that chance because you're not going to be elected. But I'm not mad. You don't get me riled. You befuddle me because of how ignorantly stupid you are. I cannot comprehend somebody being as mindless. Dude, is it okay? Like, are you permitted to live by yourself and care for yourself? Are you under care, like doctor's cares? Can you tie your shoes? I'm not really sure if you're free to drive or not. I've not quite figured that one out yet or not. But I don't know if you're allowed to use the stove and do other big boy things. Because you certainly, as ignorant as you are, it would make me think that you have some kind of mental issue going on that doesn't permit you to do actual adult-like material. I just don't think that you can. But you are free, sir, if you want, to come on and make us all look like fools and idiots. I will send you the link right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to send you the link to the show so you can't say that I haven't done it. And then you're free to pop on if you want or do whatever you want. And if you don't, you will look like the horse's ass that you are. That's just all I can say. I don't know how else to say it. Give me a second. I'm sending you the link. That way you can do what you want to do. And mindless, dude. Totally mindless. But then since he won't be coming on, so we'll get back to everything else here in a second. But I have offered it, and I was going to offer it, and I feel like it's only right that I do. So give me 1 second, and I've got to get down into my contact list where it says do not answer. That's how I have Randy in as my phone. No. I don't want to attack you, so you all can attack me. It's just me, bro. It's just me here. What do you mean, so we can all attack you? You came in attacking. Wait a minute. What do you mean? So we can all attack you. Again, you mindless tool. What? Wait. What was his first comment when he came in? Kate, can you find that? Look, when you said, why? So we can all attack you? You came in and said, look at my favorite idiots in one spot. Why don't you, sir, come on in? Okay, yeah, I just texted it to you. Okay, I just text you the link there, Randy. You're in my phone as do not answer. Do not answer. You say, hello, Bilbrey. This is Randy Howard. I have some new info that I'm sure you're interested in. Would you give me a call at your convenience? No, because you're an idiot. But you've got the link, bro. So ball is in your court, dude. Ball is in your court. Challenge accepted. And I listen, I don't think that you can withdraw at this point, but I've got to say, if you can't come on and take this on right here, you should figure out if there's a way for you to withdraw. Because if you can't take on somebody that's not even in your county, then you're not going to make it through your 5 other opponents and the 2 Democrats. You're just not going to do it. Just not going to do it. So I'm getting back to the show. Ball's in your court. We'll see if he pops on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay. So a couple of other things. The challenge period came and went Friday at noon. And I told you on Thursday night that if there was something big happened, that we would come on and we would do a Friday night show. And I really considered popping on and doing the Friday night show because we had a really, really big, we had something really big happen Friday. And I then decided, no, you know what? I need the time off. I need to get some things done with moving and doing all of that stuff. So I did what I needed to do, and we took the time off. I figured I could make you aware of the big breaking news tonight. I figured I would make you aware of the breaking news during this episode. And really, I don't do well at this because normally, if I got breaking news, like I want to come on and let you know, whatever. But so we waited till the night. So ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news here it is, the breaking news. The Madison County cabal, whoever that might be it Russ Willis, that's a part of nothing anymore, but he's just holding on to straws. Maybe it's Kelly Hewer. Maybe it's not Kelly Hewer. We're going to find it out. We're going to find it out tomorrow, I guess. But the people that are against and obsessed with bringing down Katherine Callahan, for whatever reason, did not go through the process of going to the State House and filing a challenge against her at the State House. So it is my contention, and I fully believe that we will prove this, that no matter what happens tomorrow, whether Katherine is found to be a Republican in good standing or a Republican not in good standing, whatever happens, she will appear on the ballot in May, and that the voters of Madison County, moreover, the voters of District 25, will be able to cast votes. The Republicans will be able to walk in and pull a Republican ballot, and they will be able to vote in a race that is between Katherine Callahan and Mike Gaskell. And that will happen. Because, and I'm telling you this from my years and years of experience as an idiot, as a political idiot, aren't we all? And I'm telling you, as my time speaking with people at the state, whatever they do tomorrow, that's party business. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with state elections. Dude, I literally can't believe that you've been given the link to come on. You're not going to come on, but yet you're still ballsy enough to stay in the chat. That is wild. That is truly wild. Oh my God. Dude. Something. You're it's really something. Okay, so now the next thing, and this is very important. So that's that. So I wanna let people know that the challenge period came and went, and they did not challenge Katherine at the state level. After talking to both attorneys at the Indiana State Election Commission and a third party in the election commission, the outcome of tomorrow's hearing will have no bearing, no bearing on anything, one way or another. So that will be that. Now, I do want to show you something here that's important here. I'm going to try to pull this up here and show you really quickly, so you'll see what we're dealing with. I was gonna pull it up on the screen, but I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'll show it to you from right here. The reason I'm saying that is I have a copy of the complaint that Russ Willis filed against Katherine Callahan. And here in the second box, where it's talking about the punishment that he wishes to see, the punishment that he wishes to see is as follows. If she's found to not be a Republican, quote unquote, in good standing, that would prohibit her from filing for election to, now don't just listen to that. Oh, now he's going to run out because he realized that it doesn't look good if he's here, but he's not on the show. So good night, fools. See you later, Randy. I'll talk about you the rest of the show at various points so you can hear me. Good night, buddy. As he runs off like that 13-year-old girl that he is. Prohibited from filing for election to, not state office, but prohibited of filing for election to any party office for 10 years. Declared not in good standing for 10 years. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is Russ would be prohibiting her from being the Madison County Party chair, the Madison County Party vice chair, the Madison County secretary, the Madison County what's the third thing? The fourth thing. Chair, vice chair, secretary, a treasurer.
Treasurer, PC, delegate.
Well, she wouldn't be able to be a delegate or a PC. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because those are party seats.
Any kind of party seat.
Yeah.
However, the filing would not permit her to seek any of those. But it has nothing to do with anything at the state level. She could run for city council, mayor, county council, county commissioner, county coroner, county auditor, county treasurer, county surveyor, state senate, state representative, governor if she so chooses, any things like that. Can they even prohibit someone from running for office for 10 years? It's not for office. It's not from office. It's from party office. So, yeah, I'm sure that the party can stop someone from running for party office for whatever period that they choose to do. If they want to say she's banned from serving for life, I'm sure that they could do that. But that doesn't have a bearing on this, on what she's trying to do. So there's no bearing on that. So we're going to talk about that tonight. That's the breaking news. They didn't challenge her, and it's going to be a thing. So we're going to talk about that before anybody leaves. And Nicole's the same way, to my knowledge. Unfortunately, I was not able to verify in the last seconds. I verified a little early, but I was not able to right before they closed to find out if Nicole had been challenged. But through other folks that I talked to, I don't believe that Nicole was even challenged at the county level because she's running for county office. So I think that this holds the same for Nicole and Katherine. And when we're talking tonight, I'm going to be talking about both of them basically the same. If there's a difference, I will break it apart and give the difference. Now, for anybody if anybody is interested in coming to tomorrow's little get together, if you're interested in showing up, we are going to have a little get together tomorrow to let everyone know our feelings, let everybody know that's involved with this that we're not happy with what's happening. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be American. We're going to be showing them. You will want to show up. Okay. I would say anywhere between 12:30. Okay. 12:30 to be safe. All right. At the Delaware County Republican Party headquarters. And that is here. So it's going to be 12:30 p.m. 12:30 is the start time. The hearing kicks off at 2 p.m., I believe. Let me double check and make sure on that. I believe it's at 2. Yes, it's 2 p.m. is when the hearing starts. So if you can't show up at 12:30, if you can't get there till 1, you can't get there till 1:30, that's fine. If you get there at 2, if you get there at 2:15, there will still be people there. You can come on out, and you don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to say anything. Now, I want to be very clear. Yes, there will be plenty of parking in and around the area. It's because it's downtown Muncie. So that's a good thing. I want to pull this up and let you guys see where this is so you guys can see if there's any kind of issue for people that are maybe not familiar with Muncie. I'm going to pull this up so you guys can kind of get an understanding. There was a question there that I will answer it like this. The only people that will be permitted inside are the people that have been, the list has been submitted already. So if you have not been contacted, you will not be going inside. There will not be media inside other than myself. I will be inside, but not in my political commentator role or media role, but rather in my role as chairman of the committee. So I will be there, and the legal will be there, and the people that have been notified will be there. Everybody else will be taking a little party outside. And from what I've heard, I think the weather's supposed to be pretty okay tomorrow. If somebody knows differently, let me know. But I think that the weather's supposed to be pretty okay, from my understanding. So, okay, I'm going to bring this up here so you can kind of see what
weather tomorrow is supposed to be partly sunny, high of 53. So decent weather tomorrow.
That sounds good. It's all good. Well, we will definitely go live. We can definitely go live before and after. We will not be able to go live during, but we will be able to go live before and after. And then we will definitely have a total retelling of everything tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. So that will be happening. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. So, yeah, we will definitely be able to pop on and give you guys a little bit of an understanding of what's happening. As a good Republican, Katherine has invited the young Republicans. And so that's good. That's okay. Here's a map of downtown Muncie, if you will. Here's Muncie from overhead. Okay. The north is obviously to the top of the screen. South is to the bottom. Madison County is to the left of the screen. Okay. Winchester is to the right. So coming in here, swooping into downtown Muncie, for everyone that's familiar, here is Central High School up here at the top. Here, Central, the field house. Okay. Here, this roadway here is Wheeling. We've got Walnut coming in. Okay. So for everyone that's maybe, familiar, this building here is Muncie City Hall. This triangle area is the old Delaware County Jail. The old Delaware County Jail. It's now high and important and fancy, luxurious condos. This number here, this backwards 7, okay, this weird shape here is the old Delaware County building. Okay, right here we've got Jackson and Main Street are yellowed out. You see that here? Okay, the Delaware County GOP headquarters is right here. See where it says Delaware County Republican Party? Delaware County Republican Party. In the front is Awards Plus Trophy and Delaware County Republican Party. So the county building is here. The old jail is here. On Main Street, you go exactly 2 blocks west of the old county building on Main Street. And here. Now, I believe... I'm going to go and look in the morning, but I believe that we're going to try to park here, and I believe that here is where we're going to try to set up. I believe that we're going to attempt to do our little party here as this. Do not park in this parking space. Do not park here. This is permit only, and they tow quickly. So do not park here. I'm sure we can park here. We can park here. This is a business up here in the front that is separate. It has nothing to do with the Republican Party. So we don't want to intrude on the businesses' spaces. So if you're going to park back here, if you're going to park on the Republican side, I would park here in any of these back spots. But I think we're going to try to be over here, at least for the time being. Then maybe once the hearing starts, we might move over into this area here a little bit. I don't know what this green space is here. That's a little funky to me. We're going to try to look here and find out what this is. We don't want that. We want to do this here. Let's see. We can do this. Let's see if we can get street view. Let's see what's going on here. We got this little grassy area that we could park in. Or no, don't park on this grassy area. That's a lie. I mean that we could stand in. Hell, just pull up in the yard. Okay, so here's the parking lot that I'm referencing. Going down, here's Awards Plus. And if you go down here, here's the post office. Back here is the Republican Party, Delaware County Republican Party, and some Muncie people. So watch out for the Muncie people. You know, it is what it is. Do not park in this parking space back here. The parking space, like you see the dark, and then you see like the concrete color. Do not park in the concrete color. That belongs to a law firm, and they will tow you. So I want to be very, very clear about that. Just really quickly, we want everybody to come, park at your own, park at your own peril. You're responsible for that. Okay. You're also, you'd also be free to. Let me get out of Street View here. How the hell do I get out of Street View? Okay, you also would be free to park at anywhere around the county building, anywhere around the government buildings, and walk to. I mean, it's just 2 blocks, so I mean, it's not the craziest thing. There's a pretty good chunk of parking downtown Muncie, so you should be able to find something. So, yes, that's right. That's right. Admiral, he wanted them to fill it home. So that is that. Okay. So that's that. Now, I do want to let the people from Henry County know, really quickly before we get into the hardcore point of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Monday's taken up. Tuesday, though, I will be going to the Henry County Jail, Henry County Sheriff's Department, and I will be starting the process of looking through the videos for the Bell incident, which happened on Saturday, the 10th of January. I will be looking through all of that, finding out whatever else I can, getting all that documentation, those videos. And then also I will be starting the process of going through the situation with Nicholas Gully, the Gully situation, and getting any videos that pertain to that. So that will be Tuesday. So for anybody that's like, hey, it's been a minute since we've heard about Bell, it's been a minute since you said anything about Gully, it's been a hurry up and wait, and the wait is almost over. Tuesday, God willing, we'll be able to look through everything, and I will be ready to bring it to you. Yeah, so day one of several more than likely. Yes. However long it'll take, I will be prepared to do what I need to do, and I will bring it all to you. So there's that. There's limited parking downtown around City Hall, Kansas City. Here's the thing. When Dan brought up the police parking, police aren't parking at City Hall. That's stupid. Police are out patrolling. They're out working. Very rarely do you have more than a couple cop cars there. So when Dan said that, I'm like, he's full of shit. We'll talk about that at a later date. But the police are out patrolling. You might have a police officer going in there to type up a report. You're talking about one, maybe two cars. Very rarely. The only time the police cars are all there are right at shift change, right when they're there getting their assignments and listening to roll call. That's the only time that you have police cars. And then they're kind of parked everywhere. They're not like parked in spots. They're just parked up by the building because they all get the assignments and they run out to the cars and they take off. They want to get out of there as quickly as possible. So, I don't know what the hell he was talking about when he said that. Okay. So moving on to my thoughts. Katherine did a really good video earlier. And if you have not watched it, I would highly recommend people go back and watch it. It's on my social media. It's on Katherine's social media. And I just want to, I want to address this just straight off, because there was a person in the comment talking about this, and I've heard this before. And this is just the facts of how it is. It's not right. It just is. And everybody, you'll know what I'm talking. Everybody will know what I'm talking about. It was a great video. It was an excellent video, but everyone will know what I'm talking about. Doesn't mean you believe it. And it does. It's not my belief. It's just, I'm telling what everybody knows. In business and in the world, and it's not the same as it used to be. It's getting a little bit better, but it's not the same as it used to be, but it's still there. If you take a man and you do X, Y, and Z, and you make him mad, you piss him off, you really are getting at him, and you really make him mad, and then he's going to come out and he's going to talk and he's going to do things about it. And then you do the exact same thing to a woman, and she's going to come out and she's going to talk. There are people that look at that, and they will look at the man and they will say, "Ooh, the man is mad and he's expressing this." And they will look at the woman and they will say, "Well, she's just bitching. She's just nagging. She's just mad. She's just upset. You can't take that serious. It's just she's upset." And there are people that look at that like that. And that's really unfortunate. And one of the things that we go back and forth, and it's funny because there are people that like the way that I do it, and then there are people that don't like the way that I do it. There are people that like how Katherine does it, and there are people that don't like the way that Katherine does it. Katherine and I have two different styles of conveying information. When I come to you and I talk to you about a topic, a lot of people say, you just go over it and over and over. Here's the thing. I have a lot of viewers that listen and understand, and you guys are right in line with it. But what we talk about and what we do, there are people that are coming to the table. There are people that are coming in all the time that are new. They're coming in for 10 minutes, then they're leaving. They're coming in, and this time they come in might be their very first 10 minutes here. And so if I talk like somebody that's been involved with politics for the better part of 28, 30 years out of my life, and I talk like I would to Kate, or I would to a viewer like Alva or Chris Bunner or Jackie. And Jackie, if you're out there, and I want to tell you this, I just thought about it as I was saying your name. I know you've tried calling me a couple times in the last couple of days. I am not blowing you off. I will get back to you. It makes me feel bad right as I was saying it. I am not blowing you off. We've been in the process of moving and doing things, and every time you've called, it's caught me at a weird time, but I will call you back, and I apologize for that. I just wanted to say it to you. But if I'm talking like I'm talking to Jackie or to Kate or whatever, I talk to them differently than I do when I'm on the show, because I understand that there are people here that are needing it in bite-sized information. Katherine comes on, and Katherine, and this is my only knock at Katherine. Sometimes, and when Katherine and I are on here together, you'll hear me. I try to slow her down. I say, wait. Let's start at the beginning. Let's go through this slowly. You'll always hear me doing that because Katherine just comes on and blows through it. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just two different styles. The thing is, I understand fully well why Katherine is mad, why Katherine is pissed off, why Katherine is hurt. She's disgusted because I know every single thing that has happened that she's been through. I know every single thing that Russ has done. I know every single thing that the others have done and the things that have happened. And I know what she's attempting to call out. I know what she's attempting to try and do. But there are people out there that don't realize all of the crazy shit that Russ has done. You know, I'll be honest. Kate says, you like to start at the beginning just in case people don't know the background. Katherine starts off thinking people know it already and start from where she's at. And that's just that is absolutely how it is. I'll be honest. If I was, I don't know what her name is, Deanna, Russ's wife, I would really wonder what the deal was with Russ. Because it's almost like Russ has some weird obsession. Now, people might say, well, wait a minute, what's any difference? Doesn't Katherine have an obsession about Russ? No, there's definitely a difference. When you put yourself in an elected position, when you put yourself out as a politico, and you're doing the things that you're doing, the public should set up and take notice. Now, Katherine's putting herself in. Katherine is kind of like it's kind of like in the movies when the hero of the show doesn't want to be the hero and tried to turn their back on it, tried to turn their back. It's kind of like she's been forced into this. She didn't want to do this. She wanted a morgue. Okay. And that's all she wanted. And they just kept spitting on her and kept pushing her down, kept putting her down, kept doing this and doing this and doing this. And this is what you get. She had to evolve into being the politico. Now, maybe she's in the position now where she's the politico and it's not the same. And her and Russ are the equals on that matter or whatever. But I will tell you, looking at what Russ has done over the years, it's like a weird obsession. The things that he's done, the things that he has said, trying to shut Katherine up, trying to discredit her, trying to make her look like the bad. It's the same thing that people have done to me year after year after year after year. And what's happened is, and you'll see it, the anti-hero, sure. You will see a person here or a person there come out and tell me like what a bad person I am, or, I'm an idiot, or I ought to just, go do this, or blah, 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 go do that. But for the most part, even the people I speak out against, the people that I'm not fond of, they might not like what I say, but we've gotten to a point where they realize, number one, this is not something that like is going to go away. I'm not, this is not a passing phase and I'm going to get tired and we're going to stop. This is what I do. This is a career. And that I know what I'm talking about. And I went through the phases where you have, like Katherine, you have people that like come on and they love what you say, and you're battling people, and it's a push and pull every day. You have two steps forward, or one step forward, two steps back. And sometimes it's two steps forward and one step back. Sometimes you get ahead, sometimes you're kicked back. It's just this push and pull, give and take. And it seems like you're always fighting for the legitimacy of like, hey, this is who I am and this is what I'm saying. Katherine is just now, she's been involved in this for right now going on 6 years, okay? And I know she doesn't like me saying this, but that's just a baby time in this. But she's just now starting to get to the point where she's starting to enjoy some of the fruits of her work, where people think, okay, I might not like Katherine, but I know what she says is something that she says because A, she's researched and she knows it to be true. B, someone's brought it to her and she has this and she's got the receipts. Okay. Or C, it's her opinion, it's her feeling based off her experience in this. Okay. And so it's like one of those things where you might not like me, you might not like Katherine, but at least people understand we're not out here just blowing smoke. Now, there are things that even Katherine and I disagree with each other on. Okay. Or I disagree with how she does it or whatever. But the bottom line is, you have to be able to do it. You have to be able to run. Katherine meets the bare minimum of the law to run. She meets the bare minimum. And if we allow parties, which, who put these people in these positions? How did they get there? Who are they? Who is Russ Willis or Kelly Hewer or Jessica Piper or any other person to say, well, I'm a Republican in good standing and I get to decide if you're just a person, man. You woke up and you said, these are your values. These are your beliefs. You don't act like this. You don't act like a true Republican. None of the Republicans, very few Republicans that I know, act like what I would consider to be a Republican. That's the reason people say, well, you don't act like, Scott Alexander would swear up and down that I'm not a Republican. Because I'm not like him. I swear up and down he's not a Republican. Now, I'm not running around saying, I'm not going to let you run because you're not in good standing. I'm just saying he's far off my course and I want people to be more like me. That's what the election is. I try to get people to run against him. I try to get people to run against a lot of folks. Okay? It's my right. It's Katherine's right. It's your right as an American to speak out against elected officials, to redress your government. And at the end of the day, Katherine's or anybody, Nicole's, mine, yours, your bare minimum to run. Listen, I even think that the two primary thing is full of shit. If you want to file to run for office, you have to be 18, and I'm just talking about the state of Indiana here right now, okay? So if you're outside of Indiana, I'm just talking about Indiana. In the state of Indiana, you have to be 18, you have to be a registered voter, you have to live in the area of the district or the county or the city or the town or the area of that the office responds to. So if you want to run for governor, it's got to be somewhere in Indiana. If you want to run for state senator or state representative, it's got to be inside that district. If you want to run for commissioner, it's got to be inside that commissioner's district, inside that county. Okay, that's understandable. City council, it's the same thing. Okay, so you got to be 18, you got to be registered, you got to live in the area. And currently, by the way that we have it set by a bullshit law that I don't agree with, but we will go by, you have to have voted in 2 primaries back to back. Doesn't have to say you have to vote in last year's and the year before's. You could have voted 10 years ago, and then you could not have voted for the next 10 years, and then you could have voted in 24. And as long as you voted in 2004, and Chris Walker is the perfect example of this. Chris Walker was a candidate. He's withdrawn now, so he's not going to be on the ballot. He withdrew. But he voted in the primary in 2004 as a Republican. And then he didn't vote He didn't vote again, didn't vote again, didn't vote again, didn't vote again, didn't vote again. And then in 2020, he voted as a Democrat. But because he polled a Republican primary and a Democrat primary in those many years, he didn't meet the two primary deal. So if he would have voted Republican and Republican, he would have been gold. Katherine meets that. I think there should be a guidebook for young adults to read through before choosing a party. I've wasted 20 plus years helping Republicans win elections in Madison County. I feel like it feels like a breakup. I don't think it's a breakup as much as it's an evolution. It's an evolution. So I want to put this up here on the screen. I shared this the other day. I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah, it was yesterday. I want to put this up here and let you guys see this. Let this.
New at 10.
Okay, let's get this.
Deputies say a man.
All right, let me get this up here for you. This is coming from Evansville. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this.
New at 10, deputies say a man filed to run for elected office despite being banned from doing so. The Vanderbilt County Sheriff's Office says Kenneth Colbert filed paperwork at the county clerk's office. It was to run as a Republican candidate for delegate to the Indiana Republican Party's state convention. Deputies say Colbert was banned from running for office as a Republican through 2029. He was issued a citation for falsely making a declaration of candidacy.
Okay, now I want you guys to listen to this. Okay. So there's a man in Evansville, Vanderbilt County, who went to his county clerk's office and he filed to run for delegate. Now that's a party position. So at some point in this person's life, okay, the parties got together and they've said he's not a Republican in good standing. And then he went in and he filed to run for a party position. And the party declared that he can't do that for whatever reason. Now, I believe they can do that. And if you go in and you lie, like these are serious documents. So if you go in and you lie on the document, like if you filed a run, if I went down to Henry County and I filed a run against Sproles and I said, yeah, I live here. And I put Rachel's address. Rachel said, yeah, you can put a bedroom in the back of the house and, I'll tell them you're here. But I lived in Delaware County and I lied. I should get in trouble for that. I'm okay with that. But if I move to Henry County and I filed a run, I should be able to run for an office, for a town office, a city office, a county office, a township office, a state district, a Senate or representative, or a state auditor or whatever, governor office, if I so choose. The party office is a little bit different, but it's just we live in a world where now people are able to run and you might get charged for it depending on what the situation is. Now, this man should have been a little bit more cautious with this because it's not what he should have done is he should have chose to run for a county office to see what they would do. But the fact that he's like now being criminally prosecuted for it is a wild situation. It's really wild that this is how far we've come, because the party has been able to say this man can't claim he's a part of us. In Evansville, a man is in hot water after deputies say he filed a run for elected office despite being banned from doing so. Earlier this month, the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office investigators say they spoke with County Clerk Dottie Thomas, who reported that Kenneth Colbert had came into the office and filed paperwork to run as a Republican candidate for delegate to the Indiana Republican Party's state convention. Thomas explained that Colbert completed paperwork that included a signature affirming he met all requirements for the office. However, his filing came despite being declared ineligible to run for office by the Republican Party due to not being deemed in good standing. Deputies say Colbert was banned from running for office as a Republican through December 31st, 2029. According to the sheriff's office, Colbert said he had done nothing wrong and claimed that he had not been given paperwork regarding his ineligibility. Without being prompted, deputies say he mentioned that he was in bad standing. Colbert was issued a citation for falsely making a declaration of candidacy. I find that very, very interesting. He's expected to appear in court on May 19th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. And so this is where we are in the world. Just very, very interesting. Let me see what you got here. What'd you send me here?
I sent you the can too.
Okay.
So that's what he filled out and he signed. Okay.
Yeah.
And he fills all this out. On here, it says, I comply with all requirements under the laws of the state of Indiana to be a candidate for this office, including applicable residency requirement and requirement to be a registered voter in the election district I seek to represent. I am not ineligible to be a candidate due to a criminal conviction that will prevent me from serving in this office. Well, is that true?
Yeah, if he doesn't have a conviction is something that a judge hands down,
Right.
not something that the
party came up with.
I don't hear anything on there that says party, anything about party.
I understand my party affiliation is determined by which party I voted for in the last two primary elections held in Indiana in which I voted.
And so did he vote in two primaries?
Did he vote in two primaries?
Sure.
I understand if I can't meet this party affiliation requirement, I must attain and file with this declaration a certificate from the appropriate county chairman of the party indicating that I am a member of this party. I meet the requirements to be affiliated with the political party indicated because my last two primary elections or the county chairman gave me a piece of paper. Check one.
Yeah.
Does it say, is there anywhere on this form that says, have I been declared candidate, not a Republican, not in good standing? And then the other stuff that's down here, I acknowledge that I've attached a copy of the economic interest statement. Okay. I acknowledge that I might be required to file for a surety bond. Okay. I acknowledge that I might be required to complete training. All right. By initialing, I acknowledge I am aware of the provisions of the Indiana Campaign Finance Act regarding reporting. All right. Have I been a candidate before? I filed all the paperwork if I was. And this one is if they receive compensation of at least $5,000 per year. I've signed a campaign finance statement of organization from my committee with the appropriate board, or I'm required to, I am aware that I may be required, I can read, I swear, to file the campaign finance of organization not later than noon, 7 days after I file this. I don't see anywhere on here where it says anything about the party said I'm a bad boy.
Yeah.
It's all under the laws of Indiana.
Yeah.
So the other thing I sent you was the campaign guide.
Yeah.
From the Secretary of State that says the candidate qualifications, all of this is found in the Indiana Code. And this is all that is found in the Indiana Code as far as requirements go to run for office. So what law did he break?
Yeah, they said that what was he charged with criminally? Let me pull this back up. He was charged criminally with, let me tell you right here. They charged him he was charged with Okay. Deputies say Colbert was banned from running for office as a Republican through December 31st, 2029. According to the sheriff's department, said he had done nothing wrong without being prompted. Colbert was issued a citation for falsely making a declaration of candidacy.
I don't see anything on there that he filled out falsely, though.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I mean, the party could go in and say, listen, you're not a Republican. You're not in good standing. We're yanking it. Challenge him, pull him. That I can see them doing. Criminal charges, nothing he filled out on that paper is a lie. If he voted in every primary.
Now listen to this. A person who knowingly files a declaration of candidacy, request for ballot placement, certificate of petition of nomination, recount petition or cross petition, contest position, or certificate of candidate selection, knowing any part thereof to be falsely made, commits a Class A misdemeanor. I don't know how they, please, sir, mister, and listen, I want to be clear. I don't know if this guy is a good guy, if he's a bad guy, if he's out there trying to expose corruption and dirty politics in his area. Maybe he's a bad guy. Yeah, maybe he's off his rocker. Yeah, maybe we're not. This is not. We're not talking about supporting him or not supporting him. It's just the issue at hand. I don't know how he is found guilty of this.
Yeah. It says on there, your party affiliation is determined by your last two primaries.
So
not if your county party thinks you're a good boy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Alva said charged by who? So when I say that, he's been given a citation, which he would have been given by the police. The citation will make its way to the prosecutor's office, and the prosecutor will have to determine if they file the charges and they move forward or if they don't. Now, if they have an astute prosecutor, because I'm going to tell you right like this, if I was in the prosecutor's office, if I was still there as an investigator and this came to me and I saw this, I would be like, this doesn't fit the code. We're not going to charge him with this. And I would fight with the deputy prosecutor for that. I don't believe this fits the code. So maybe he won't be officially formally charged. Maybe it's a pre-charge right now. Maybe nothing comes of it. Well, he has a court date, Alva. I don't know if this is the same down there or not. So in the state of Indiana, when you get pulled over and you're given a citation, this is so funny to me. Everything should say to be determined. What happens is, because this is a money-making scheme, dispatch looks at a calendar and sets a court date 30 to 60 days out. And the cop writes it at the bottom of the ticket. I've done this thousands of times. Write a ticket at the bottom of the date. You fill it out, you sign it, you take it up there. And you say, hey, you got a court date at the bottom of the ticket. You can pay this ahead of time, or if not, if you don't pay it by this court date, then you'll see something in the mail and you'll have to go to court. I never said that. I would always take it up and say, hey, I wrote this date at the bottom because I have to, but this date means nothing. In about 2 weeks, you need to call the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office, and you need to let them know if you plan to pay this or if you don't pay this. If you plan to pay it, you don't got to worry about it. If you want to fight this, you tell them that you want to fight this. This court date means exactly dick. What they do is they give you that date, hoping and thinking and knowing the majority of the people are just going to pay a fine and be done with it. Now, in his situation, I don't really know what the clue. I don't know what the deal is there, because it's not the same thing. It's like It's like giving somebody a ticket for possession of marijuana. That's a misdemeanor. What I'm talking about is infractions. So it's a whole different thing. No, Danny, the police didn't do this. What happened was the clerk's office must have known this guy. He must have been known to them. And so then they called and said, hey, I need to make a report. This guy lied. And so it's what happens. It's the good old boy protecting each other. And that's what we have to fight back against. That's what tomorrow matters. Hate Katherine. Listen, if you want to hate her, if you don't want to vote for her, if you don't want to support her, if you want Gaskell to win, if you want Rob Steele to win, you don't want Nicole to win, that's fine. Hate these people all you want. But it's the idea of what is happening, because listen to me, just by the nature of life, the people currently in control are not always going to be in control. I listen, you might be like, no, that's not true. They're always going to be. And I'm saying, no, I promise you, listen to me. And I'm going to tell you how I know. There are whole graveyards filled with people that used to be in charge of all of this stuff. And you know where they are now? In the graveyard. So one of these days, these people will not be in control. And what happens when what happens when it's like people like us that are in control? You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, Katherine. Katherine says, I'm really a likable person. I'm really a likable person. You know, me too. A lot of people eat my strongest, most, whoever out there, I'd like to take a poll. The number one person out there that hates me the most, and my mother doesn't count, besides my mother. Okay? That's a joke, obviously. Or is it? No, but out of the people that hate me, if that person would sit down and talk with me, first of all, we would probably agree, like our beliefs are probably very close on a lot of things. Second of all, we would probably agree on like 80% of things. And it's very few things that we would disagree about. I was talking to my ex-wife the other day, and she was like, I was talking to somebody, we were watching your content, and we were watching this part and laughing, and she was like, you know, I told the person I was watching, he is brilliant. He is very brilliant. He's funny. And I was like, wait, hold on, stop, wait, let me get a recorder. Shut up, stop talking. I forgot I was supposed to be recording everybody. Stop. But I couldn't get her to say it again. Oh no, it wouldn't be. Brandon. I love that Brandon's here. I love Brandon. You know how it is, Brandon. He gets lonely sometimes. Okay. Anyways, so no, but the thing is, like, Katherine, a lot like me, you're hated for your ideas, right? You're hated for the things that you say, not who you are, not what you do. It's what you say. It's what you say. You know, like I was just thinking, like, you know how easy it would be for me to be like loved by Ridenhour and me to be welcomed into all of the, you know, in 2019, that's how it was. That's how it was. They loved me because I was helping Dan and I was mad at the Tyler administration and all these people in Delaware County that you know, and to be honest, a lot more of them are friendly with me than what people think. But those that don't like me, back then they did. It's funny how things turn, the tide turns, and the people that hate me now, they'll love me tomorrow. You know, that kind of thing happens. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right, Sarge. He did the other video that him and Katherine did on Friday, the 13th, talked about that point, the principle of the matter. The thing is, people don't realize everything that has happened, everything that Russ has done over the years to Katherine for various reasons, for various reasons, unknown reasons. I have no idea why. I mean, maybe he will answer that at some point. I'm not really sure. I don't know, I don't know what the deal is, but maybe he will do that one day. Tell everybody what his issue is. I don't know. Katherine, can you send me what you were talking about? Hold on, I'm gonna text you what I want you to send me. I'm sending this to you in Messenger. Stand by. I didn't want to say the name of it. Send me what I just text you. Send it to me. Send me the attachment in email. It's an obsession. It really is an obsession. He's obsessed. He's not even part of the party anymore. And he's going through this effort of trying to listen. If Katherine's a joke, if nobody's going to follow her, if no one's going to take her serious, if Gaskell's just going to walk all over her and beat her and destroy her, let it happen. I sent it to you in Messenger. Look at Messenger, Katherine. Just let it happen. Why? What's the point of stopping it before it happens? Are you afraid? Are you afraid that Katherine might have some good points? Are you afraid that she might have momentum? Are you afraid that somebody might be tired of Gaskell? Listen, Gaskell and Russ aren't even friends. They don't like each other. But this is how much Russ has some weird obsession, hatred with Katherine. He's fighting to stop her from running against somebody that he doesn't even like. I got into politics because I looked at everything, said this isn't the world I grew up in. I've got to do my best to change it for the better. And that's true. It's absolutely true. And I appreciate a lot. I appreciate everything that David Sargent does, the way that he goes about things, the thing that he says, and listen, I know that people say to Katherine, all you do is you bitch. You're just a bitcher. There's nothing, you're not, it's never positive. That's the same thing I say. Like when people say like, oh, I'm negative, whatever. It's okay. Then show me something. Show me, first of all, when there is something positive, we talk about it. But the other thing is, I'm not going to give Ridenhour a pat on the back because he's doing his job. I'm not going to give the sheriff's department a pat on the back because they're just simply doing their job. I'm not going to give the prosecutor's office, the judge, or a city councilor, or the commissioner, or the governor a pat on the back because they're doing the bare minimum. There can be positive things that happen. That's just what you're supposed to be doing. Go do something extraordinary. Do something wild. Way above what you should be doing. All right, we can talk. But when you do something crazy bad, something nuts, that's going to get brought out. And when you do it time after time after time after time, it's a problem. I just want people to be aware of all, it's been a pattern of behavior with Russ. And it's all because Katherine wasn't even the coroner. Katherine wasn't even the elected coroner. She just happened to go in to the coroner's office because at the time, her significant other was elected to be coroner. And people... Here's the thing, and this is what some people don't like talking about this, and you got to be careful with this because it's a slippery slope. When you talk about nepotism or things like that, to me, nepotism is when you're the elected official and you get your daughter a job at the street department, your son a job in the police department, and your brother a job in the controller's office, and your mother is the janitor of the building. All that kind of stuff is, got to be looked at. But there are some positions where the elected person needs people next to them, with them, that they can trust, people that they're close of. And those positions tend to be some law enforcement positions. First and foremost, police tends to be a generational thing. You got grandpas and dads and sons and grandsons and, brothers that are in law enforcement. Firefighting is a lot like that. The judge's office, a lot of times in judges' offices, you'll see the judge's wife works in the office, and there are specialty laws written for this because of the matter of what's at hand and the secrecy or whatever. And so it's the thought of this is, if you're the judge and your wife is the something in the office, well, there's whatever. Okay. Whether that's right or wrong, it is what it is. Coroner's office is a tough job. Okay. Not there's not a lineup out there for people beating down the coroner's office to go deal with death day in and day out all the time. So, like a lot of places, Katherine's significant other became the coroner. She went into it. And then whatever happened, and as far and as long as I know Katherine, I still don't know even the full story of everything that went on there. I don't know what the deal is, but then she became the chief deputy, and Katherine does everything at 180%, 190%, 200%. So she started stepping up and doing things. And when the county council and the county commissioners were doing things and taking shots at the coroner's office, Katherine went and started answering for that, and started digging for this, and started fighting to get money and doing all of this. And so, for whatever reason, they all started taking issue with that. And Russ's hatred, obsession, Russ's weirdness started then. I mean, one of the first things is he pushes out her coroner exams or whatever, makes those public, which, some of that's public, some of it's not. It's like whether they pass is public, but whatever. I mean, just things like that. I mean, we all know that he sent out the flyers against her, that there was a caucus for coroner a couple of years ago, and he told everybody that she was a Democrat. She was not a Democrat. Like, he lied. They put out that flyer. Weird car was going by her house like all the time. A car was going by, and the next door neighbor took a picture of the car, took a picture of the license plate, and the license plate belonged to Kelly Hewer. Like, why is that happening? Why are these people, why would you need to drive by somebody? Okay, you go by and you find out where somebody lives or whatever. Good. Why are you driving by multiple times? What's the point of that? Other than intimidation or, who knows? You know what I mean? So yeah, right. It's very, very strange. Very, very questionable. Oh, I didn't see you put something over here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right. License plate 48R2. Kelly Hewer, 48R1. Is Russ still 48R1? How weird is that? Why would that be? I want to go get a license plate. Are you kidding me? Who has the other plates? Who's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6? We will find out when Russ shows up tomorrow. If he even shows up. Yeah, right. Well, for people that don't know, yeah, that's the 48 is Madison County's number. But where are the other numbers? Where who's so if she's 2, who's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down to Gardner, who's 11? So weird. Just so people know, I am trying to be better. Well, why would Dina? Ooh, that's so weird. Why they're nobody. They're nothing. Why would they have 3 and 4? What is Russ's wife? What is Russ's wife? Who what has she done? Who's she? So weird. Will Russ's wife be there tomorrow? Does she sign on to this? Because everything that Russ does, he does with his Russ and Dina Willis email. So is he signing her up for all of this battle? Does she co-sign his obsession? Well, if he's always got her with her, they're always in the same car. Why does she need that? I don't know. So, just to wind her down, there's a whole bunch of chaos going on, folks. This, to me, is a battle bigger than just Katherine or Nicole. 2 people who've signed up, who meet the bare minimum, and I think more so, but they definitely meet the bare minimum to run for office. And we have somebody who's not even active in the game anymore, who's wanting to challenge these ladies because of some weird obsession. And I feel like a lot of people should be coming out of the woodwork to stop this. I think a lot of people should be making phone calls. A lot of people should be doing different things. And listen, I'm just going to tell you straight out. Absolutely, Kate. I'm just going to tell you straight out that I fully believe that this is an attempt. To me, this is different than challenging at the state level. This is trying to say, look, we get to call who's on the team and who's not on the team. That's not how it goes. And for everybody running around saying, well, the party has the First Amendment too. Okay, but whose First Amendment reigns supreme? If the party wants to not include me, that's fine. They can not include me. But that doesn't stop me from getting to tell you what I am. If you don't think I'm a Republican, I don't think you're a Republican. I don't think Russ is a Republican in good standing. I don't think Kelly's a Republican in good standing. I don't think any of these people that are co-signing this are in good standing. Because to me, a true conservative would say, yeah, these people meet the bare minimum. Let's let them run and let's let the voters decide. Period. Let's let the voters decide. And that's what the fight is tomorrow, folks. That's what the fight's going to be about. We will go live before the hearing. We will go live before the hearing. We will then go live after the hearing just for a short time because we don't want to give it all away. But then we will be live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We will go through everything and we will talk about all of that. And we'll see what happens. And again, come out. Even if you hate Katherine, come out. This is not about Katherine. This is not about Nicole. This is about what happens when you want to run. What happens if the people that are in power say you don't get a run because of this or that? Now, it's my contention that we've already won. Win, lose, or draw tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow you will. Absolutely. Win, lose, or draw tomorrow, whatever comes on, we've already won. So, and there's been a couple people that have said, well, wait a minute. You know, the guy got in trouble down there in Vanderburgh County because he was banned from being a Republican. He was banned from being a Republican. He was a Republican in bad standing, and he tried to run for a party race. Katherine's not trying to run for a party race. Katherine is trying to run for a state office. And the election commission, listen, the election commission has already stated it does not matter what the party decides. Katherine will be on the ballot in May. So we either show you will be sent to exile if you question them, or they will tell Russ he's done. Absolutely. That'll be interesting to see what happens. So we will, our country, our Constitution are based off the individual's rights, not the political party's rights. Absolutely. That's exactly correct. That is 1,000% correct. So I feel confident in what's happening, and I feel like we will be able to come out of this victorious, and we will let you guys know. So it's one of these things that I'm letting everybody know. It's going to be set up that we will go live like at 1 o'clock, and then we will probably set it up for like 3 o'clock. But if you get on and it's like 3:30 and we're still not on, maybe it's going long. So just hang out, comment, but we will be on. I'm not going to worry about fixing the times. We've tried doing that in the past and it screws things up. So we're just going to lock in a time, and it will either be on or we'll be late, but we will be there. So you're just going to have to kind of play ball with us because it's not our ball game. We're walking in and we're going to show them that we can let them, it can be their rules, it can be their house, it can be their players, and we're still going to walk in and be reign supreme. So we'll see what goes on. And yeah, we'll be live tomorrow, 1,000%. So, all right, because I'm a Republican and will run as such. That's basically right there. That's the bottom line. That's the answer. So it is what it is, and I can understand maybe they don't like it. Look, hey, listen, we all got to live with shit we don't like. I don't like the fact that a lot of them call themselves Republicans. What it is. Like, I understand there's room for everybody here. There's room for people I like and room for people I don't like. So maybe they just have to start playing by those rules. They cannot like that she's a Republican. You cannot like that I don't consider myself a Republican. I don't know. I'm a man without a home, libertarian-ish, Republican-ish, whatever. I'm just an American. That's the number one thing. So I'm not happy with any of them. That's where I am. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. You know what we'll be doing tomorrow, all day tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, it'll be Henry County. So tune in for that. This is going to get wild. Be watching the social media. If you want to know what is happening with with what's happening, be looking at the social media. Right there is the best way to see it. Follow us on social media. You got the YouTube channel right there. You're here, whatever. Rumble. There's the Facebook accounts, and there's X. You check it out. We will watch it. We will have it. You can see it all there. If you guys have not already hit that like button, please consider doing so before you leave. Smash that like button and let us know you care. Share the show with everyone you know. Tune in tomorrow. I'm going to get that stuff going. I hate dealing with that already, but we will get that going. And we'll see you tomorrow during the day. So like 1, at 3, and then at 9. You guys take care. God bless. Have a good evening. Hey, remember, we're working on this. I got my stand by 1 second. I got my test run shirt in for this here, so I can show you this. I'm glad I did a test run because I'm going to have to make it a little bit larger. I'm going to make it a little bit larger on the, let me ask you this. You guys tell me, would you prefer, where would you prefer the thing at? You guys tell me, would you prefer it just on the like the breast place, or would you prefer it like the Superman logo in the middle of the chest? You think like that everywhere? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. I know I don't have very ample.
I was going to say, I'm sure we could probably cut that into some kind of a short or something. Send it to Jack.
Show us your tits.
So
they're not impressive. Sorry.
You think, all right, we're saying left chest, middle, something on the back. I'm just trying to keep. Let me ask you this. So this is the next thing I need to know. Tell me the God's honest price, like what the price you would pay, what the price you would pay for this. What is the price you would pay for a shirt? People, put it in the comments or message me, something like that. We'll figure it out. I'm just trying to keep it as low as possible. That's my thing. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I always say about 25.
Affordable.
What? Yeah, I want it to be affordable to people.
I want it to be affordable.
Shirts at $75. 25. Yeah, because I was trying to keep it at like 20 or 15 or 20. So if I bumped it up to 25, we could probably do something on the back.
Yeah, because this one 15. Is here.
Yeah.
I got to turn around. Hang on.
And you got something on your shirt, on your sleeve, too. Oh, shit. What is all that?
And on the sleeve.
Okay.
So front, back, on the sleeve. And
what's the other sleeve?
Oh, this one's different. This is the ones we sell.
Yeah.
And we sell these at 25.
That's 25 with all that shit on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we could do the back and have it at 25 and it's still reasonable, and you'd still make a little bit on them.
I could make a couple like this for like 15.
Huge.
Yeah, sure.
We're not trying to make huge profit either. We try to keep it, where
I could make a couple like this for 15.
And make a buck or two.
Where people would, if they just wanted to do 15. So we'll do that. But wait, there's more.
You're getting more of a view of Kate tonight than anybody ever wanted to see.
No, I thought he meant put that on the back of the shirt. That's hilarious. Okay, I get
That
it.
could
Right.
be funny on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, right. Oh God. All right, we'll figure it out, folks.
No polyester, no.
Shit, no. All right, folks. You guys have a great evening. Tune in tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you. And I'm really disappointed. Like we talked about Katherine, that's what I plan on. But Randy, you've let me down, dude. Like, listen, the one thing I know, you should not be sheriff simply because you don't have the balls to take it on, bro. You're such a pussy. I just cannot get over it. I can't. There's no way you can be the top cop of the sheriff's department if you can't even come on and take on the political spotlight, bro. What? John Sproles has even been on the show. John Sproles has even been on the show. You remember that? Everybody remember that? We've had Sproles on a couple times. Dude, Randy, you're such a loser, bro. All right, hey, if everybody would pray for Nick Gully. His family's asking for prayers. And also, the funeral service today was for Jessica Phelps. So for all of you out there, be praying for her family, her parents, her husband, her son over the next several days, weeks, and months as they delve into their new normal. So I'd appreciate that. You guys take care. Have a good evening. And God bless each and every one of you. We will see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.